Well, in an exclusive conversation, WION's sports editor Digvijay Singh Deo spoke with Indian shooting team coach Ronak Pandit, who joined us straight from the Tokyo Games village. Listen in to their conversation.
The Indian Olympic contingent has arrived in Tokyo. I am joined from Tokyo by Ronak Pandit. He is a coach of the Indian shooting team, and he is joining me from inside the Athletes Village, which is currently the hub of all activity around these Olympic Games. Ronak, thank you so much for taking out time between your COVID test, as you just told me. How's it been? A lot of apprehension, a lot of news coming in of people testing, athletes testing positive inside the village. But what are your first impressions? I all settled well?
Yeah, the arrival procedure has been pretty good. I think so. This is my 11th of the 12th games overall. I don't remember, but I think this has been one of the finest arrival procedures. You know, the shooting team comes in with guns and ammunition. So, anyways, the procedure is supposed to be quite cumbersome. Added the COVID situation here, but I think it was quite smooth. It was not like whatever we had read. And the games village is pretty good. The check-in by the Indian Olympic Association was extremely smooth. When we came here, our rooms and all were ready. Within few minutes, we got into our rooms and we got fresh. The dining hall is pretty good. Each table, so you have like 8 tables, sits 4, and they are partitioned by these plastic sheets. So all in all, I think we feel pretty safe here. And it's a great village. It's very good first impressions.
Okay, since you're mentioning the Athletes Village, Ronak, I would ask my producer to go full frame on you. Can you show us where exactly you are and give us a glimpse of the Athletes Village for all of us, all our viewers watching on this?
Okay, so right now I'm just on the second floor, and this is what you can see from the second floor. This is outside the Indian Olympic Association's office. On the left is the dining hall, and in front are some of the towers of the where other athletes are staying. The Indian contingent is staying on the 12th and the 13th floor, so we have a very, very good view from our rooms. We can also see there's a little bit of some marina or some water in the background. It's very nice. We are very, very happy here.
Okay, but Ronak, just looking at those pictures you were showing us, very empty. Is that what is missing in these games? Do you think the buzz? You were at the Olympic Village in Rio as well with the shooting team. Is that buzz missing with no spectators now? But even inside the village, is that feeling of camaraderie and the Olympic feeling, which they say, is that you get a sense that's missing?
I think it's too early to say because the games are yet to begin on the 23rd, and initially when you come in first, there are very few athletes. So maybe because of that, the buzz feels a little toned down. But I think as days pass, it might pick up. Of course, because of the COVID situation, we have to maintain our distancing and follow all the protocols. So it does make a difference, and things aren't as free as you would like. But it is what it is, and I think everyone is more than happy to just be here, and the Olympic Games are happening. So for now, we have to be happy with this, and let's see. Hopefully, in the coming days, the buzz will catch up. I'm sure.
Okay, Ronak, I can see you wearing the mask. So clearly wearing the mask is mandatory at all times. When you checked into the village, and you all had a long flight, you all flew in from Zagreb in Croatia, then to Amsterdam, and then another long flight from there. When you checked into the village, what were the do's and don'ts that you've been told? Clearly wearing a mask is mandatory at all times. Just tell us a bit more about the protocols that you have to follow inside the village, especially when you go out to eat.
There's nothing special as such. It's the same protocols that are being followed worldwide. You have to maintain social distancing. You have to make sure the mask is on at all times. You have to ensure that when you enter the dining hall and when you exit, you have to sanitize your hands. You cannot take food or the cutlery or the trays without wearing disposable gloves. So these are some of the basic things, and there are volunteers at every few steps to remind you of whenever you enter the tower or the dining hall or say the the NOC center, wherever. So you have these volunteers standing there very politely reminding you to sanitize in case you forget. So that way it's more or less the same. And I think being in this situation for more than a year and a half, I don't think it seems odd or new anymore. I think it has become a way of life. And even the rooms and all are pretty comfortable, and yeah, I mean all is good so far.
You did mention the rooms because there's a lot of social media activity going on about how small the rooms are. Just take us through those rooms. We've seen a couple of photos coming out of that Olympic Village, very small beds and cardboard beds. So, what are your impressions of the lodging arrangements and how many athletes per room? And just take us through that as well.
To be honest, I would call it one of the better villages, one of the better accommodations in Olympic Games. Each apartment has 4 rooms, and there are some different configurations as well. But mainly, each apartment has 4 rooms. 3 of them are twin bed, and one is a single bed. And the rooms are not huge, but I think they're a decent size. So there's no problem of space. The beds are cardboard beds, but that is to ensure there is there's no physical proximity during these games, because these are anti-sex games as well. So it's because of that. But the beds are comfortable. The mattress is very comfortable. We already had a sleep last night, and I have a very finicky neck, which usually goes bad. But the pillow, the mattress were absolutely fine. There is a small living room with 4 chairs and a table. There are common bathrooms to be shared between 6 to 7. So there are two bathrooms for 6 to 7 people, and everything is working fine. If there are any short niggles, there are these centers at the basement of the tower where you can go and lodge your complaint, and within half an hour it's taken care of.
Okay, Japanese efficiency, as they always say. But a lot of restrictions around athletes, which you did mention. But there were also concerns that Indian athletes, especially the first batch from India, has just landed and they will be entering the village shortly. That for them, there are rules. They'll have to be isolated for 3 days. They will be allowed to train, but they will have no contact. Did you all face all of that, or because you all came from Europe, you all didn't have to face those same restrictions?
Yes, because we came from Europe, we faced no restrictions. We landed, we went through the normal immigration and custom protocols, and because of this, there is OCA app, OCHA, this app. We had to upload our documents and fill in the questionnaires on this app beforehand, before boarding the flight. So, and then once you fill in the particulars correctly, you get a barcode gets issued. So the moment we landed, you just had to scan the barcode at these checkpoints, and you were free to go. There were no paper forms that you had to fill and then wait in queues and all. So it has been extremely efficient.
Okay, the big story coming out of Tokyo, Ronak, though, is the positive cases inside the village. Now, the village, as you know, it's not just the 10,500 athletes. It's also coaches, support staff, as you mentioned, volunteers everywhere else. Is that a concern to all the participants, especially people like you who are there, who have families back home in India? You're going out there to compete. But with these cases sort of increasing, you've had one on Saturday, you already have 3 now. The IOC says it's just minuscule and we're sort of catching the people as soon as it happens. But does that give you a sense of concern, a sense of anxiety?
I think sense of concern or anxiety, no. But a sense of responsibility, yes. So we have to ensure that the mask is on at full time. We have to ensure we sanitize, and let's just be practical. This is what the world is right now. Make sure you go to the dining hall when there is not much crowd. As far as possible, maybe one person from the team can go in and get some fruits and yogurts and things like that back to your room, and try avoiding these common areas as much as you can. Let's not kid ourselves. The world has changed, and the only way out is to adapt. And change is the only constant in the world. So I think we have to get used to it.
Okay, I was told that these games, athletes and coaches and support staff and everyone who is there have to be flexible. But have you all trained for these situations? My final question before I let you go, Ronak. Have you all trained for this situation? When you all were in training camps, have you trained of being in isolation? Have you trained for actually being locked in rooms and then going to compete? Obviously, you all haven't had the chance to go and see the venues. But is that something which has been factored in because we sort of knew heading into these games that this is going to be the new normal?
So see, like here we need to test ourselves daily. So like even this morning, I had to get up at 6 in the morning, go get the testing kits, then get every athlete to to give their sample, and then go back and submit those tests. But the testing here is through your saliva, so you have to just spit into these test tube kind of things and deposit it. So it's much easier. While we were in Croatia, we had the World Cup in Osijek, and there every alternate day we needed to get an RT-PCR done. So imagine getting your nose kind of drilled in every an hour before your competition. That was far tough. But in that sense, yes, we have gone through a World Cup where we had to get ourselves tested almost, on alternate day basis. So it's no different. There are, what do you say? We've worked out the logistics accordingly, that we know who's training when, who's shooting at what time, who needs to travel at what time, with which coach. So accordingly, the other coaches will ensure that the samples are collected in time, and in coordination with the Indian Olympic Association, we ensure that the samples are provided to them in time. So all of this is being has been worked out already. So I don't see any issue as far as this is concerned.
Okay, on that note, Ronak Pandit, you sound nice and optimistic. You sound comfortable. You sound comfortable, and for all the stories coming out of Tokyo, there is a lot of resentment on in the public, but clearly the athletes who are reaching there are sort of shielded from all of that. All we can tell you and the rest of your team is stay safe and give us some good moments Hopefully, we can connect to you over the next 2-3 weeks as well. And the best wishes to you and your team. And as I said, stay COVID free.
Thank you. We will, and we'll meet you with a lot of medals in the next interview.